Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Western Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. I am your facilitator tonight. My name is Courtney, and I just have a couple of housekeeping items for you before I turn it over to this incredible list of institutions that you're going to hear from tonight. So number one, your camera and your microphone are off. This is a webinar, so our panelists cannot see or hear you this evening. But we know that you're going to have some questions. And so the way you can ask those questions is put them in the Q&A at the bottom. What's most helpful to our panelists is if you type in the name of the college or university that you're directing your question to so that they can easily respond back. There are lots of sessions happening tonight. And so I hope that you'll sign up for some additional sessions because this is a great way to search for colleges. And this is going to be recorded this evening so that you can hear it again on immediate playback, and certainly any others that you might have missed. It will be available at strivescan.com/WACAC. So now, without further ado, I am going to introduce our first presenter. You're going to hear first from Arizona State University. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Should be all set. Hi, everyone. My name is Jen Pelton. I am a San Francisco-based ASU first-year student recruiter. I'm also an alumni of ASU. I earned both my undergraduate and my graduate degree at ASU and have stuck around ever since. So if that's not a testament of my love for the school, I'm not quite sure what is. So ASU has a great central location in the Phoenix metro area. Phoenix is currently the 5th largest city in the country. And I would say it has 9 to 10 months of perfect weather per year, depending on if you like the heat or not, with tons of outdoor activities, whether you like hiking, biking. We have spring training. If you prefer the great indoors, we have Broadway shows at our theater on campus, restaurants, a ton to keep you busy when you're not in class. So we are one university spread across 4 separate campuses in Phoenix. You'll see here we have our downtown Phoenix campus, our Tempe campus, our Polytechnic campus, and our West campus. They all have their own unique feeling and different sizes. So Polytechnic and the West campus would be our small suburban campuses. The downtown Phoenix campus is our medium-sized city campus, and then our extra large campus would be at Tempe. When you combine our 4 campuses, we are currently the largest public university in the country based off of enrollment, but not by any one campus. They're all self-sustaining, which means you would live and take all your classes at the campus your major's housed at. So they all have residence halls, they all have dining halls, fitness complex, etc. Students do have the choice to go between campuses if you want to, but it's definitely not a requirement. You are guaranteed to be able to graduate from the campus your major is housed at within 4 years without ever having to go around. But it is a nice opportunity to go travel to different campuses if that's something you want to do. I would say this is what makes ASU the most unique. You can be at one of our small campuses with 5,000 to 6,000 students with a small liberal arts field, but then have that big backing and resources that come from attending a large public university. So the faculty, research opportunities, facilities, but also the school spirit that comes with going to a big Pac-12 school. Your campus is largely selected based on your major, and then we have our majors placed at campuses based off of access to the resources. So for example, our journalism school is in downtown Phoenix because that's where our journalism facilities are, but also where the news stations are for the city of Phoenix. We have 16 different academic colleges with over 400 different degree programs spread across our 4 campuses. So a lot of different options to choose from. We have top ranked programs in multiple disciplines. I would say our more popular programs would be in the arts, journalism, business, engineering, and we also have a direct entry nursing program at our downtown Phoenix campus. None of our programs are impacted. I always say that lives within the walls of California, and all of our programs are direct entry. So you start day one with whatever program you are admitted to. We do have 101 currently programs that are WUI eligible, if you're familiar with WUI, and that is the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program. Look it up if you're looking at Western state schools. It could mean your tuition's brought down automatically just based off your major. All schools handle it differently, but for us, it brings tuition down to 1.5 times in-state tuition if you just choose one of those majors. None of our programs are at the Tempe campus, but it's a great option if you're interested in one of those programs and you're interested in one of those campuses. Since we are such a large school, we do place a large emphasis on students finding their community within our larger ASU community. So I always say you can take a big school and make it smaller, but you can't take a small school and make it bigger. So one way to do that is through our Honors College. We're at the Honors College, which you can apply to from any major on any campus. We have over 1,000 clubs and organizations, identity coalitions, intramural sports. We're Division I sports. Students get access to all our student games at no additional cost. We have Greek life. So there's truly a little bit of something for everyone, just depending on what you're looking for. So how do you become a Sun Devil? By applying, of course. So we are on our own ASU application. We are on the Common App. We are on the Coalition app. We carry no weight or preference for any of the applications. We never review essays or letters of recommendation for our general ASU admission. Once you submit your application, the hardest part is generally the self-reporting grades. If you choose to go that route, we'll also accept just transcripts. We are test optional, but we're not test blind, so we will review those if you have them. We have started to admit students for fall 2022. So if you apply in the next few weeks, you'll probably have an admission decision a few weeks after that. So it is a very quick process. We do review all of our admitted students for merit scholarships. So once you have been admitted, we will consider you based off of a GPA and a test score if you have it, or based off of your core competency classes. Of course, we will also have other scholarships you can apply to, and you can also submit a FAFSA. That is the end of my piece. I will say, if any of this sounds interesting to you, definitely check out our visit website. I have a list of links that I will share with you in the chat. And if you have any interest in academic programs, or if you want more information, definitely reach out. I'll pass it off to our next school.
Thanks so much, Jen, to you and Arizona State University. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing Northern Arizona University. Take it away whenever you're ready.
That's great. Hopefully you can all hear me. Thank you very much for having us tonight. I'm Betsy Rugstassen. I am the California Recruitment Manager for NAU, and I'm regionally based in Southern California. NAU is actually located in the mountain town of Flagstaff, Arizona, at 7,000 feet and about an hour and a half south of the Grand Canyon, 45 minutes northeast of Sedona, Arizona, and 3 hours from 11 national parks and monuments. It's about 2 hours uphill and north from Phoenix, and NAU students at NAU will get to experience 4 beautiful, distinct seasons. It is actually the only major city in Arizona that's never reached 100 degrees. The average winter high temperature is about 45 degrees, but sometimes can feel a little bit warmer than that. Flagstaff can get up to 100 inches of snow a year, but it's light, it melts very quickly because of that high elevation at 7,000 feet, and because the days are just as sunny as California and Nevada. But if you like being outside, there's skiing, there's hiking, camping, fishing, and Flagstaff is one of the best urban trail systems in the whole country. And it's a beautiful cultural, historic college town. And just a few minutes walk from campus, about 75 different restaurants and coffee shops just within walking distance from campus as well too. And we have NCAA Division I athletics, more than 400 clubs and activities to get involved in, including fraternities and sororities as well too. And about 15% of our students are from California, about 34% total are from out of state, all 50 states and 75 countries as well too. We were founded way back in 1899. As you'll find out tonight, there's just 3 public state universities in Arizona, and we're one of the 3. The most northern, the smallest, at about 21,500 students as well. Undergraduate students on our Flagstaff campus, about 96 majors in 7 different colleges. The majors that we're most known for are English, engineering, construction management, forestry. We're surrounded by the largest ponderosa pine forest, almost the largest ponderosa pine forest in the world. So that's also why we are the home to the lumberjacks. Anthropology, business, dental hygiene, and hotel and restaurant management majors as well too. Internships and research is also very encouraged for students and very readily available for all majors, and an extensive study abroad program, and also an honors college as well too for students who want to study in our honors college as well. And internships as well as study abroad for all students, not just our students in the honors college. And NAU's reduced WUI, the Western Undergraduate Exchange WUI reduced tuition. It's a savings of actually over $9,000 a year off the usual non-resident tuition. It's actually for all of our accepted students from California and Nevada. It applies to all of our degree programs, and there's no additional application to apply for the WUI. And we put all of our different rates up here so you can see with the WUI rate, it's just under $16,000 a year. Our total cost per year is about $35,000 before any additional financial aid, comparable to all the UCs as well. So if you're looking as far as looking for price and everything else, to about $35,000 total. That's everything, total cost. In addition to our to that automatic reduced tuition rate, admitted students are automatically reviewed for one of our 2 merit scholarships as well. Those with an unweighted NAU GPA of a 3.0 or higher will also receive the additional WUI $5,000 scholarship each year at NAU, or those with an unweighted NAU GPA of a 3.5 and higher will receive the additional WUI $6,000 scholarship. And we will evaluate just your unweighted GPA in these 14 to 16 core courses for admission and for our scholarships. And we've been test optional for admission for quite a few years, and will continue to be. So we will not require the SAT or ACT for admission to NAU. We're on rolling admission, and if you self-report your completed courses and grades, like Jennifer had mentioned from ASU, you'll usually hear a decision just within a few weeks after submitting your application. So it's nice to hear from a few schools early in the process this year. So we'll definitely be one of those. And you can visit us virtually, but you can also visit us in person too. We actually have tours each weekday, but our Welcome Center is open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, non-holidays, where you can actually come in and talk to one of the admission officers who's on campus, or one of our student ambassadors as well too. And you can email me with any questions that you might have. But thank you very much for having us tonight. And we're going to continue on to the next presenter. Thanks for having us.
Betsy, thank you so much to you and Northern Arizona University. Audience, I'm going to take this quick opportunity to make sure that you know how to ask questions in the chat. So open up that Q&A feature and put your questions in there, but do direct them to a college specifically so that they can answer most appropriately. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing Kay from Prescott College. Take it away, Kay, whenever you're ready.
Sorry. Okay, so as she said, I am Kay Boyle, coming from Prescott College. I'm actually in Phoenix right now, even though I am based in Prescott College. I'm in a hotel because it is travel season for us. So Prescott College is a small liberal arts school that is based in Prescott, Arizona. So we are in the northern high desert of Arizona. Prescott College, like I said, is a small liberal arts school. It's really based in social and environmental justice, but we also do shine in interdisciplinary fields such as environmental studies, human development and psychology, adventure education, and arts. So like I said, we are in the high desert of northern Arizona with 5,000 elevation. We have all 4 seasons, very temperate though. So average temperatures between 30 and 90. And we have actually 277 days of sunshine per year, which is great if you enjoy hiking in the outdoors, because we have over 365 hiking trails, along with mountain biking and rock climbing and all of the things that you could think to do outside. Our areas of study, we have 12 of them, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it really is, because you do get to choose either to double major or major and minor, and then you also choose an emphasis area, which really helps you to hone in on any other types of things that you want to do. For example, adventure education, you could have an emphasis area in wilderness leadership. You can create your own emphasis area, which fits with our Design Your Degree program. We do learn through experiential education, Socratic seminars, and we do offer a 4x4 block schedule, which means block 1 is weeks 1 through 4, and that is one class. Block 2 is weeks 5 through 8, and that is the second class. And then blocks 3 and 4 are combined for 8 weeks, and you take 2 classes simultaneously. Quick facts: we were founded in the 1960s by the Ford Foundation, which also started Harvard. We have a 1-to-7 faculty to student ratio, about 350 on-campus undergraduate students, with an additional 1,000 students that are online, either undergraduate, master's, or PhD. 14 is the average class size, with some classes being 21 and some classes being 5 students, with up to 70% of your classes are actually out in the field. So very field-based, experiential-based learning. one of our first classes that you'll take is the first 4 weeks, and that's orientation, which sounds a little bit daunting, but I promise it's well worth your time, and it really gives community at the school. So you have 3 options, like I said: wilderness-based orientation, community-based orientation, and then a hybrid, which is canoeing, community, and backcountry. Wilderness orientation is our most popular orientation. So you are actually backpacking for 3 weeks out in the Arizona backcountry. Travel opportunities: even though we're a small school, we have both domestic and international opportunities. We're part of 2 consortiums, Eco League and CL. So you can actually travel to 15 different other schools within the consortiums to study there for a semester. We also have a center in Moss Island, Kenya, and Kino Bay, Mexico, with a traditional study abroad option in Telemark, Norway, and Costa Rica. Housing we do offer, even though we're a very small school. It's not a traditional residence hall. They are actually townhouses with 8 students each, 3 floors with 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So it's very spacious and everything. Service animals are welcome, and we do offer free housing, which is really unique for a college campus. All students do receive a scholarship, regardless whether you're a transfer student or a first-time student, up to $25,000 for first-time students, and for transfer students up to $19,000. And those are renewable for every year that you're there, so long as you maintain full-time status and good academic standing. Of course, application, we are available on the Common App and through our website. All you have to do for your application is actually submit an essay, your transcripts, which in order to make the application decision, you can do a self-reported GPA or an unofficial transcript. We'll just need your official transcripts upon enrollment. And then finally a reference, which that's just the name and contact information of somebody who can speak to your academics. We have rolling admissions, so we actually have no application deadlines, and those scholarships that I talked about, those are automatic upon admission, and there's no scholarship deadlines for that either. So like I believe Northern NAU, we are test optional, so you can go ahead and submit your scores, but we really are more like test blind. We don't look at them too much. We've always been test optional, so no ACT or SAT requirements are needed. We do have a holistic application review, so if you have any questions or anything like that, we can have conversations and go from there. And that is my contact information. And I will go ahead and also put any information, my contact information, and our visit website in the chat as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks so much to you and Prescott College. Wow, we've already heard from 3 great institutions, but we still have 3 great ones to go. Next up, you'll have the opportunity to hear from the University of Arizona. Molly, take it away whenever you're ready.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And hello, everyone. My name is Molly. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm going to tell you about the last of the 3 public Arizona universities. However, the University of Arizona is the first university in the state of Arizona. We were actually founded before Arizona was even officially a state back in 1885. And when we first opened, this building that you see here, that was the only building that we had on campus. Our first graduating class had 3 students. And since then, we have grown significantly. We have a beautiful 1 square mile campus, which you can see here, all of those red brick buildings. And on that 1 square mile campus, we do have 36,000 undergraduate students, with a total of over 46,000 if you factor in our grad school students, since we do have a law school, med school, PhD programs, and so forth. We do get students from all 50 states, as well as over 120 different countries, and many students choose to come to the University of Arizona for 5 of our most well-known programs, which do include architecture, engineering, which we have 15 different kinds of, nursing, business, and our College of Fine Arts, which includes excellent programs in things like musical theater, dance, studio art, and so forth. In terms of our student body, we do have, of course, students from all over the country, but if there are any Californians out there, we did bring in 1,200 Californians into our incoming class this year. So we do get more students from California than any other state that isn't Arizona. We are located in Tucson, which is Arizona's 2nd largest city, about 100 miles south of Phoenix. And Tucson is a really fun place to go to college. Despite the fact that we are a large public university, we do have a student to faculty ratio of 15:1, and our average class size is under 30 students. Now, like my colleagues from NAU and ASU, the University of Arizona is also proud to be a very active campus with hundreds of clubs and organizations to get involved in. We are also part of the Pac-12 conference, so we play other Pac-12 schools like ASU, Oregon, and USC, Stanford, Berkeley, you name it. We also have the nation's largest student-run carnival, Spring Fling, and that is a Tucson tradition that has been going on for over 45 years. If you like to go hiking, biking, climbing, all of that outdoorsy nature that you want to explore, we do have the nation's largest cacti at Saguaro National Park. So that is a very iconically Arizona experience that you can go see. Tucson is a very fun place if you love sunshine. We do get 300 plus days of sunshine. Our average annual high is about 83 degrees. And Tucson is named the nation's best 23 miles of Mexican food. We are the first UNESCO city of gastronomy, and you're going to find a lot of really great restaurants in town. I love the fact that Tucson is one of the most inclusive cities in the nation and one of the very best college towns. So there's always something to do, whether it's on campus or off campus. The students that you see here, they are taking a selfie in front of this beautiful street art mural that we have. In fact, there are over 100 street art murals in downtown Tucson, which is very easily accessible by streetcar, bike, or walking from campus. In terms of our application, are very similar to my fellow public Arizona universities like Arizona State and NAU in the sense that we do utilize rolling admissions and we do not require test scores. We do not require letters of recommendation, and we are an essay optional application. Our application is open right now. We've already been admitting students, so you can expect to get an admissions decision within 2 to 4 weeks of when you turn your application in. Now, if you're interested in the Honors College, that is a separate application which does require 1 letter of recommendation and 1 essay. Being part of honors is a really great way to make a large public school feel a little bit smaller. And our Honors College program does have the early assurance program with our medical school called the MedCats Early Assurance Program, along with numerous benefits. Now you'll see that it says merit scholarships for out-of-state students. This is our merit scholarship chart. When you apply to the University of Arizona, you will automatically be applying for this scholarship as well. This scholarship is renewable for 4 years, and it is based on your 6-semester unweighted core GPA. Now, if you are ranked in the top 25% of your graduating class, or if you have an unweighted 3.0 or higher in the core academic requirements, congratulations, you are a wildcat. You just need to turn in your application to us so you can get started with that process of joining the Wildcat family. Thank you so much for listening. My contact information is here, so if you have any questions about our application process, or if you want to hear more, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I'm very pleased to pass it over to my lovely colleague, the one and only Gary B. with University of New Mexico.
Thanks so much, Molly, to you and the University of Arizona. Next, you get to hear from Gary B. from the University of New Mexico. Take it away, Gary.
Well, thanks so much. And thank you, audience, for being here. I started at the University of New Mexico in 1974 as a student, and you can see my picture down there. I look almost identical to that now, but I always ask, what do you know about the University of New Mexico? And I always hear UNM. Unfortunately, not much. So folks, I want you to remember 3 things tonight: mountains, majors, money. Let's start with UNM, University not close to mom. You're leaving home and going to Albuquerque, New Mexico, or as I like to say, UNM, University next to mountains. You hear Albuquerque, New Mexico, you start thinking flat and hot. We're not. We're going to get some snow, same elevation as Denver. UNM, University nearly a mile high. Albuquerque's not a giant city or a tiny town. It is just right. And the campus is right in the center, about 600,000 people. UNM, University near the middle. What's there to do in Albuquerque? Well, the International Hot Air Balloon Fiesta is going to be happening in the near future. Old Town, Santa Fe's an hour away. What do you say? Carlsbad Caverns, short drive from Albuquerque. Denver, 6 hours. Colorado, also the Rocky Mountains. And guess what? Grand Canyon, not far. UNM, University near much to do. Not a giant school or a tiny school, just right. UNM, University of a nice medium size. We're on the semester program. You start school the end of August, you go to mid-December, 5 weeks home for the holidays. You come back in January, you're done the middle of May for a 13-week summer vacay. What do you say? 220 different degree programs. UNM, University of Numerous Majors. Engineering, UNM, University from nuclear to mechanical and every other kind of engineering. Computer science, chemical, civil, construction, electrical. If you're into business, UNM, University with a number of management programs, entrepreneurial, operations, organizational leadership, architecture. Day one, you could be in the School of Architecture. If you're into health sciences, UNM, University for Nursing and Medicine, direct entry nursing, pre-med as well as a medical school. We're one of the few schools that has athletic training, exercise science, physical therapy, and PharmD. That's not farming, that's pharmacy. You like music? UNM, University Now for Music, the largest performing arts center in the state. If you're into film, UNM, University for Netflix movies. Netflix is headquartered in Albuquerque. That's not their building, that's our building. They share it with us. Dance, theater, UNM, you need more? Gary B, remember me. Research and honors. That's why you go to college. No one ever said, Gary B, can I get lectured? No, you want to go and do research and do it in an honors college, small classes, 15 students, group discussion. We're going to get you ready today for that big tomorrow. So remember, UNM, University for Now and Manana. When you graduate, we're going to make sure that you got the career. There's no college career, there's college then career here. 400 different clubs and organizations, D1 fun, Girls That Can Run, football, basketball, free tickets. Students, if you'd like to study abroad, the University of New Mexico is in America. You'll have to leave the country, but we do partner with 200 universities worldwide. And we've got 200 universities in America that we partner with through the National Exchange. Housing, UNM, University Nice as a Marriott. Yes, one of my sponsors, Lifetime Platinum Premier, Gary B, there you are. All right, dining, UNM, unlimited number of meals, 24/7, all you can eat, one plan, one price, that's nice. ROTC, if you're thinking about a military career, UNM, University for Navy, Marine, Army, Air Force, all 4 branches. You can not only get your college paid for, you have a job waiting for you. Let's think about paying for college. UNM, you need money, we've got scholarship, 2.8, that's great. 3.0, even more dough to help you go to New Mexico. When you're applying for admission, you're applying for scholarship at the same time. We have our application open now. You can apply free anytime. Go to unm.edu. At the end of the application, click pay by mail, then email me, Gary B, and I'll waive the fee. There's no ACT, SAT requirement. We just want that have worked hard in high school. You've worked hard in high school. Tell us that you've worked hard in high school. You're going to enter those courses. You're going to put in your grades. We're going to get you a quick review. Within 2 weeks from the time you apply, you're admitted, not committed. You don't have to decide UNM until next May. Apply today, decide next May. That's the way to play, I say. Here's what it costs to go to the University of New Mexico. If you have a 3.0 GPA, you pay the very same as a resident of the state of New Mexico. It's $9,000 for tuition, $10,000 for housing and dining. And guess what? UNM, we want you. Seniors, you can apply now. I'll tell you how. Do it online. It'll save you time. Use your phone. Do it at home. Either way, do it today. Then email me, Gary B, and I'll waive the fee. I'll make it free. You don't have to send a test. I'll do the rest. Remember 3.0, big dough to help you go. Don't be a fool. Stay in school is cool. Go to college, get to knowledge. Gary B, remember me when you're making that list. UNM, University, not to be missed. And just for Courtney, we'll dab out. All right.
Gary B, thank you so much to you and the University of New Mexico. Our final presenter tonight will be from Westminster College. Walter, take it away whenever you're ready.
Sweet, thank you. Tonight I get to have the burden of going right after the legendary Gary B. But I hope this is good information anyway. So hi everyone. My name is Walter, and I'm an admissions counselor representing Westminster College in Salt Lake City, Utah. So just a little bit about Westminster. We have a 32-acre campus that is located in the heart of Salt Lake City's eclectic Sugar House neighborhood, which is just about 10 minutes from downtown, 30 minutes from 6 mountain resorts, and just a stone's throw away from a number of national parks. We have the benefits of being a larger city, but still having trails 10 minutes from campus and 10 ski resorts within an hour's drive. Westminster is a private, independent liberal arts college where students benefit from multidisciplinary learning in an atmosphere dedicated to civic engagement. So what does liberal arts mean? It basically means that you are able to explore other interests and broaden your knowledge in areas beyond your major. Our total enrollment as of this past school year is just about 2,000 students. About half of our students are from out of state, and as a private school, we have the same tuition as well as generous scholarships and need-based aid for both in-state and out-of-state students. Westminster also has a close-knit supportive community and is a teaching first institution. So that means that all of our professors are here because they genuinely love teaching and care about students, and they're not there to do any kind of research or anything like that. You will never be in a giant lecture hall of hundreds of students ever. Our average class size is about 15 students with a cap of about 40. And so with the smaller class sizes, you'll have a closer relationships with not just your peers, but your professor as well. Westminster has just over 50 undergraduate programs and majors. Some of our more popular majors are in nursing, business, performing arts, biology, and outdoor education and leadership, spread across our 5 schools, which are listed on your screen there. And we are a member of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, and we're an NCAA Division II school with home to about 15 NCAA Division II sports teams that are listed on your screen there. And if you're a first generation college student, we have programs geared towards you and your success, such as the Legacy Program and McNair Scholars. For students interested in research, Westminster offers incredible undergraduate opportunities for you as well. And about 85% of Westminster students participate in internships or research by the time they graduate. So if you have any questions about any of the programs that are listed on your screen there, our contact information will be on the last slide, so feel free to reach out to us at any time. Okay, so just a little bit about student life and residence life at Westminster. We do have a 2-year on-campus housing requirement for all incoming first-year freshmen. And this is just so that we can build a community for all of our students to feel a sense of belonging once they're here on campus. And studies have shown that students who live on campus are more likely to succeed in college. And this success could mean anything from building your social networks, finding community, or just having the motivation to show up to class and other events because of the close proximity to campus. We also offer the opportunity to become involved in one of over 40 student-led clubs and organizations. And these range from those that are more major specific to those that are a little bit more social in nature. And of course, if there doesn't exist a club that meets your interests, and if you know of others who would also like to join, you're more than welcome to create your own. And a full list of clubs and information on how to start your own club is available on our Associated Students of Westminster website. So at Westminster, we deeply care about our students' success and well-being, and we offer a wide variety of student support services. And with respect to time, I will not be going over all of these, but if you just take a look at this list, and if you have any questions about any of these services, again, our contact information will be on the last slide, and I'll also provide my own contact information in the chat in case you want to reach out to me directly. So there are a number of ways that a student can receive aid at Westminster. The cool thing is that all students are automatically considered for merit-based scholarships as soon as you apply to Westminster. And you don't need to fill out a FAFSA for these merit-based scholarships. That money is automatically yours if you decide to enroll. And the range of this past year was from $11,000 to $27,000 per year. And in addition to our merit-based scholarships, we do offer a number of need-based grants from Westminster, which you would have to fill out a FAFSA for or the equivalent. And finally, just a little bit about our application process. Westminster is test optional, and we also offer a free application with 2 options to apply. One is right on our website, and the other one is on the Common App. We don't prioritize one over the other, whichever one is more convenient for you. We will take a look at it. So thanks for your time. Like I said, here's our contact information, and I'll also provide my own personal contact information in the chat in case you want to reach out to me. And we're here to support you, and we look forward to connecting with you.
Walter, thank you so much to you and Westminster College. I hope that, audience, I hope that you had a great time listening to all of our great presenters. I'd now like to ask them all to turn back on their cameras and answer some questions in round robin format. We'll go ahead and answer in the same order that you presented originally. What's one thing you really want students to remember about your college? And we'll start with Jennifer first.
Yeah, this is based off of a question I had in my presentation earlier, but I would say something to remember about ASU is that we have 4 different campuses, so we're not right for just one type of student. Since we do have 2 small campuses and then a city campus and a large campus, there truly is some sort of fit for every student. So just keep that in mind. I think NAU is after me.
Yeah, sorry, I had a mute problem. Thank you. Yeah, as far as what we want you to remember about NAU, mostly how the weather is very different from the rest of California, Nevada, and the rest of Arizona. Students always think that it might be as warm as California and Nevada, but it's, as I had mentioned in my presentation, it because of our elevation and all, we do get sometimes some snow, sometimes 36 inches, sometimes up to 100 inches and snow a year, and it's actually the only major city in Arizona that's never reached 100 degrees. So very different from lots of different other parts of the Southwest.
I guess the one thing I'd like to emphasize with Prescott College, we are a very experiential based college. So you are actually spending up to 70% of each semester out in the field, which is really, really unique. You get a lot of hands-on experiences, whether that's out in the field, independent studies, mentored studies, or however you want to use that. So that's just really important to know.
I would definitely like to highlight the Arizona Tuition Award, our merit scholarship for out-of-state students. It can be very generous depending on your GPA, ranging from $1,000 to $35,000 per year. For students who have an unweighted 4.0, that's a really, really great scholarship that's almost going to completely cover the cost of your tuition. Save that money and put it towards grad school. So Arizona can be a really affordable choice, and we don't have any impacted majors.
Students, you can apply to the University of New Mexico today and find out in 2 weeks you're admitted, not committed. You'll get your scholarship. You have UNM until next May to decide. Gary B., stay in touch with me.
And with Westminster, something that I've noticed about all of our students on campus is that they're extremely passionate people, and they're passionate about wanting to leave society better than how they found it. And I think they're able to do that with the liberal arts education. So if you're passionate about any certain thing and would like to make your mark on society, I would consider attending Westminster.
So my next question to you all is, what myth would you like to debunk about the college admissions process or college application process? So we'll go in that same order again.
I don't really know how to best phrase this, but so ASU, I get a lot of students who are like, you're not going to read a letter of recommendation, you're not going to read our essay, you're not looking at my extracurricular activities, and we're not. So, but just because ASU doesn't mean other schools are. So I think it's just that don't assume every school is the same. Everyone looks at very different things. Just because we don't look at AP classes doesn't mean other schools don't look at AP classes. So just because you're doing work, one school doesn't look at it doesn't mean other schools won't look at it. So just really look at the schools you're interested in and see what their admission requirements are, but not just for one school, for multiple schools.
One thing I think of, I have a senior in high school, so it's top of mind right now for me as well too. A lot of students feel like I have to know what I want to major in right away. You know, they talk to their other friends and they're like, oh, I'm going into business or engineering for sure. But a lot of colleges, you can actually apply exploratory, undecided as well too. Usually within that first year or so, you might choose a major too. So if you think you know what you want, that's great. I always tell students, especially if you're thinking of one of those harder majors, you can always start in that major and always switch if it ends up being too hard too. But if you're really not sure, it's okay to not really be sure. Everybody's an individual too, so.
I'd have to say, definitely look at all of your options for schools. I know a lot of students think, okay, private schools are going to be way too expensive and that kind of thing. But really look at all of the finances and all of their scholarships, financial aid packages, all of those kinds of things. Those are really important to consider while you're going through the entire process. So don't write off a school just because you've heard it's expensive or think that private automatically means expensive or technical automatically means expensive. Just really consider all of your options.
I think a lot of students, especially in California, they think that college acceptances are, 4%, 5%. Yes, many California schools have acceptance rates like that, but the national college average acceptance rate, it is around 66%. There are more colleges in the United States that want to admit you than want to reject you. So just know that there is a college out there for you, and try not to get too caught up in the name of the school. Think about what the school can provide you, because at the end of the day, employers just want to see that you did go to college and that you have those skills. They do not care about the name on your diploma.
Great information. And just remember, UNM, usually number of myths, and they come from your friends, your family, everybody, but from us. Contact your admission counselor. We'll tell you the straight how to get in and how to get out. We're there for you. Work with us. All righty, thanks.
Yeah, and I just like to reiterate a lot of what everyone else has said. Don't assume that nobody's looking at your application or nobody's paying attention. We are human beings behind the screen and behind the phone as well. So we actually love it when students do reach out to us personally and have questions. So if you have any questions or if you need anything from us, please reach out to us.
So because you guys are the experts, I have one last question. What is your expert advice for students going through the college admissions, college search process?
I don't know if this is expert advice, but my advice would be to, when you go to check out different campuses, for sure, get on campus, but don't just look at big universities. Don't just look at small universities. Check out a little bit of everything. When you're first looking, you might think you want a large school, but then feel better at like a small liberal arts college. So definitely kind of when you're looking at colleges, pick a variety.
Yeah, and kind of bouncing off what Jennifer just said is definitely try to visit. Sometimes it's hard to visit a college that's so far away from you or a plane ride away, but so many colleges, especially in the past year with the pandemic, have really stepped up their virtual tours. You can see like a residence hall room, 360 degrees, or the area outside the college as well too. So always look, sometimes they're on YouTube, sometimes it'll be like virtual visit right on the website. So if you can't actually visit in person, we'd love you to visit in person because that's a great way to see if you can picture yourself there, but so many different other ways to see in the virtual world too. Sometimes, you see the honors college, see the fraternities and sororities, or a certain school like School of Engineering. They might have their own virtual tours as well too, and virtual visits. So something to take advantage of right from your desktop.
On the subject of visits, my biggest advice is always for students as they're visiting colleges, whether that be in person or virtually, make sure you're writing down what you did and didn't like about the school. Once you go through, all the schools that you want to check out, you're going to forget a lot of information. So write down those important things to you, so then you can go back and reflect on them.
this might be a little abstract, but I would say focus on you. Don't listen to what your parents are telling you is the best college or what your best friend is doing. It has to be the best choice for you as an individual. So really think about what you want, not what your friends and family want for you.
I tell every student, apply before pie, you'll be a happy guy. When you sit down for Thanksgiving dinner, have all your applications done. Have your FAFSA submitted, because people are going to say, where are you going to college? And you're going to say, everything's done. I'm just waiting to hear, and I'll make the decision, UNM, until next May.
And my advice would be that as you're looking at colleges, make sure that their values and their mission align with your own personal ones as well. So if you're passionate about social justice or anything like that, make sure that it's important to the whatever school you attend as well. And then of course, reiterating, if you have the chance to visit schools on campus, that's going to be your home for 4+ years. So make sure that you feel comfortable and at home there.
I told you they were full of such great advice. I'll share my piece of advice. Have some fun. This is supposed to be a really fun time in your life. And so make use of these wonderful professionals throughout your journey. As you close out, there'll be a quick 5-question survey. So please give us some feedback. Sign up for more sessions. Isn't this a fun way to learn about college? So there are more sessions, and this recording will be available at strivescan.com/WACAC. Thanks so much, everybody, and have a great night. Bye.